Besides Aang and Korra, I've discussed every avatar that we have information on, from Wan, the first avatar, to Yang Chen, Kuruk, Kyoshi, Roku, and now in this video, I'm going to talk about what's in store for the avatar after Korra. Before we start, I just wanted to say that I'm going to stop using the YouTube community tab as much as I have been, and start using other platforms more so that the Movie Flame brand extends past just YouTube, just in case the worst happened and I lost the channel or something. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, which is the most important, because that will sort of replace the YouTube community tab. I'll be posting the most updates there, and that's linked down below. You can also follow us on Facebook, and if you want, you can follow my personal Instagram as well, which is full of cute dogs, behind the scenes Movie Flame stuff, and just some fun posts. Both of those are linked down below as well. Now let's get started. Whether you like it or not, it's canon that in Season 2 of Legend of Korra, Unalaq destroyed the avatar spirit named Rava, and though Korra got Rava back and the avatar cycle returned, Korra and every other avatar after her would not be able to go to their past lives, one of the most important parts of the avatar in general. The avatar cycle restarted, and Korra is essentially the first avatar in this new cycle. So what does that mean for the Earthbending avatar after her? How will they be able to cope without having any past lives? And how will Korra act to ensure that the avatar after her succeeds? Well, we just got the answer for all of that in a new book that's part of the canon story, and here we find out that Korra recorded her journey at the request of Tenzin, and she wrote many letters to the future avatar. When giving this assignment, Tenzin said, "We are living in a world where future avatars may not have connections to their past lives. A record of your significant accomplishments and battles are likely invaluable. It's my hope to see this book's pages filled. I want future generations and future avatars to know you as I have come to know and appreciate you." Now, I'd like to take a segment from a letter toward the end of the book, because it perfectly sums up why Korra is writing these letters for the future avatar. Korra wrote, "As Unavatsu, the dark avatar separated me from Rava and severed my link with past avatars forever, which is why I must write this all down for you today. While I know we can't let our failures define us, I am sorry that you won't have the connection with me, with Aang, and with all of the lives that you lived before." So this basically says that no avatar will ever be able to go back and speak to their past lives. And I originally thought that they would still be able to talk to Korra, but this proves me wrong and makes this devastating loss even more pronounced. So moving forward, this book contains the only thing that the avatar after Korra will have to go on, proving how important each one of these letters is. Now let's go over the information that Korra shared with the avatar after her. The first letter goes over her overall story, how she started her journey by running away to Republic City, and an overview of each villain she faced. In the second letter to the future avatar, she went into more detail and gave them advice, saying that while growing up, a lot of people told her what it meant to be the avatar, but that she didn't find out what it meant until she started her journey on her own. Clearly, Korra is doing the best she can to set this future avatar up for success, because she knows that they have little to go on, and it's partially her fault. Korra then went on to say that she didn't succeed on her own, but had a lot of help from those around her, and she said that the future avatar should do the same, surround themselves with supportive people. Korra then got all of her friends and loved ones to write a letter to the future avatar as well, wanting to give this future avatar a viewpoint past just her own. She and her many loved ones' advice could, in Korra's mind, make up for the future avatar not having any past lives to get advice from. Now at least they have a few different people to turn to, even if they are just letters. The first letter was from Katara, and she wrote this when she was very old. The biggest takeaways the future avatar could take from Katara was that family will always find you, just as it did for her with Team Avatar, and to never forget that there's also strength in looking back at where you've been. Korra added Mako and Bolin's letters, both of which had the takeaway to stay in touch with those you love. Good advice for the avatar who leaves their friends and family when learning to bend all four elements. Asami's letter highlighted the technology she was making for the future, though she mentioned that these designs would be very old when the future avatar saw them, but she said that the airbending wingsuit could be a great asset to them and could replace the airbender staff that we saw Aang use. Korra told the future avatar that the takeaway from both Asami and Varric's letters was that people will surprise you. Just when you think you can write somebody off, that's when they'll show you their best. Korra said that this happened with Asami's father and Varric himself. Korra then went on to say to the future avatar that sometimes it will be just as difficult to understand the human world as it will be to understand the spirit world, but if you have a good teacher, you can do it. And Korra was hoping that this book would be a good teacher for them. Korra ensured that the future avatar had some knowledge on the spirit world, because arguably this is what the avatar needs from their past lives more than anything. Korra did this by including a letter from Jinora, and Jinora explained how she used her spirit energy to find people, and she said it was like a recipe of airbending mixed with spirit stuff. Korra went on to explain how the portals were closed for thousands of years, and she was the one to open the portals, but she said that sadly she didn't have much of a connection to the spirit world, most likely due to the fact that she lost her connection with her past lives who would have been able to help her. When Korra got Zuko's letter, a very old Zuko responded not with his own advice, but his uncle Iroh's advice, something that is very fitting. The quote he gave said, "While it's always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing." Advice that once again says to keep people that love and help you around. Because one of the main purposes of the past lives is to help the current avatar with the spirit world, Korra gave the future avatar more advice on this topic, saying that the spirit world is influenced by the will of those who enter it. She then said, and I quote, "You, future avatar, have the power to make it a beautiful place with fields of flowers and mountains with nesting dragon birds. Or you can make it a spooky forest full of dark, angry spirits. It's truly up to you. Scary, I know." Another one of the most important things that Korra added to these letters was the full story of the very first avatar named Wan, as well as information on the light and dark spirits named Rava and Vatu, something that would help the future avatar understand where they came from and how they started. Korra went into her time with Toph and explained to the future avatar the lesson that Toph taught her, which was, when looking at your scary or dark past, in order to move forward, all you need to do is let go of the fear connected to that past. Probably the most significant part of Korra's letters to the future avatar was when she faced her fears of past battles and enemies, something that was not easy for Korra, but just like Toph said, she had to let go of the fear connected to that past. She first discussed her struggles with Amon, and she explained to the future avatar about how she thought she had lost everything after Amon took her bending away. She said, "What's the avatar without control over all four elements?" She admitted that that was the first time she ever felt truly powerless, but she told the future avatar about how Aang and all of her other past lives helped her enter the avatar state and restore her bending. And to quote Aang, he said, "When we hit our lowest point, we opened to the greatest change." This of course could not happen for the future avatar, as their past lives have been severed, but Korra gave the future avatar a takeaway from this story, which is not only Aang's advice, but also that it's impossible to understand the power you have, especially being the avatar, until you lose it. She next explained her battle with Unalaq, and here is where we got the quote that I started the video with, where she essentially apologizes to the future avatar for losing the connection with all of the past lives. After she discussed her encounter with Zahir and explained how the poison metal he put in her changed her, and it took years for her to find the person she used to be, she gave the future avatar great advice, saying that after visiting Zahir again, she came to understand that you can't let experiences change you. She told the future avatar that she may never be the Korra she was, but that this Korra could be strong in different ways. Korra finished by saying that she knew she left the future avatar at a disadvantage, but that as the avatar, you must trust that you will find different ways to be strong. When discussing her fight against Kuvira, Korra told the future avatar that she discovered a lot of similarities between herself and Kuvira, both wanting to lash out at anything that made them feel vulnerable. But Korra's main advice from this fight was that no matter how much power a person has, there will always be things that can make you feel vulnerable. Korra's final words to the future avatar was that life is a bumpy ride, and even though you can look back at the bumps and see how you could have fixed it or done it better, you should instead try to help others learn from your mistakes and experiences, and that's exactly what Korra was doing here for her future reincarnated self. These letters and this book is all that the avatar after Korra will have. They can't talk to any of their past lives, including Korra, and that makes their job incredibly hard, because past lives are the main way that avatars learn, whether that be advice on decision making, or wanting an outlook on the larger view of life from more experienced minds, or to enter or connect with the spirit world and the spirits. Every avatar after Korra is at a huge disadvantage, but hopefully, this book and these letters will help them through it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media to see more of my personal life and see more of this little dude. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook for Movie Flame updates. And I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons listed below. If you want to be featured in the next video, plus get a bunch of other rewards, become a patron today. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you press that like button and subscribe, and look out for more great videos on the way.